Hey, Daily Dosers. My name is Heather Good, and I coordinate the programming for our 4th and 5th graders here at Calvary Lutheran Church. This week, we are focusing on 3 big life questions and how they impact our youth. Making connections with young people is not always super easy, especially in the preteen stage. They want to have their space and be alone. But what I want to talk to you today about is when we grapple with some of the same things they're grappling with, we can make some deeper connections. So today we are going to talk about identity. As a leader of our youth, I absolutely want to create deeper connections with our students here at church. But what's real is that for youth leaders like myself, we get approximately 40 hours only of time with our kiddos, 1 hour every week for approximately 40 weeks throughout the programming year. However, at home, the important adults in our young people's lives get 3,000 hours of quality time with their young people. So what we want to do throughout this week is to give you some pointers, some beginning points to dive into a deeper relationship with the young people in your life. Kara Powell and the Fuller Institute has been doing a bunch of research on young people, and especially in those teen and preteen years. And what they have found is that most of the questions and the behaviors and the things that our teenagers are grappling with, there is sort of an underlying driver to all of these things. Actually, 3 drivers. So one is identity, which we'll talk about today, then belonging and purpose. So, identity. Identity comes with the questions, who am I? Or I think more often in today's age, we hear the words, am I enough? And I think both of those really tie together into the journey for identity. Adults also wrestle with this question. You maybe are feeling like, what is my identity? Maybe you're a new empty nester. Maybe you're newly retired. I feel like we all go through times of our lives when that identity piece sort of bubbles to the top. Our teenagers definitely have that running at a full boil pretty much all the time. For example, one thing on my journey of identity was choosing a church home. So after my husband and I had moved out of our hometown and we settled in the cities and went to schooling, we were trying to find a church home, and it made sense to go to a church of the denomination that we grew up in. So we would go to some different Missouri Synod Lutheran churches, which is where I grew up. And I'm like, these are great. I feel so great here. And he's like, well, I mean, it's good, but it doesn't feel like home. So like, okay, then we would go to churches of his denomination, which was United Methodist Church. And same thing, he would be like, this is great, we should go to this one. I'm like, I'm just not quite feeling it. And so it wasn't that there's anything wrong with those denominations, but we wanted to create a new identity for our family, for us as a couple moving forward. And so sometimes what I feel like happens is our youngsters are searching for identity, and it feels almost like a personal attack, like, why isn't what we do good enough for you? But if we can reframe that and really just think about this is them trying to find their identity. It's not that we're doing it wrong. It's that they want to figure out how it really fits for them. Who are they? And are they enough? A lot of times in the classroom, so September will be my 18th year teaching, mostly in middle school. I've just started kind of dabbling in high school. But what I find oftentimes with teenagers is that their journey for identity can often come out in their appearance or their style. So maybe you've got an older teen or a young adult who has gotten a tattoo or a couple, or wants some piercings that you're not excited about, or maybe just haircut or the clothing they're choosing or the color of their hair. And so what I would really do is I would encourage you to think about that and reframe those things instead of getting frustrated or feeling like it's an attack on the things that you have instilled in them and values and beliefs, but to really think like, okay, this is part of their identity journey, and frame their choices as that. It can just help you not be maybe so frustrated or angry right away at the beginning. As they question, as they go through different styles, maybe different haircuts, different hair colors, I think that what's really important, again, to dive deeper and to make those deep connections is to begin to answer that question of who am I? Am I enough? And just help them to start understanding that they are enough and that because of Jesus, they are enough. The way that we can show this is definitely through saying those words, but also just by loving them through all of these different iterations. Like no matter what color their hair is, you love them. You want to spend time with them. You can also encourage them by remembering yourself and telling them they are fearfully and wonderfully made. Like their true identity is what God created for them to be, and it's beautiful. And so even if it's different than my identity, which it's going to be, it is a beautiful thing. So if they like their hair color pink and I like my hair color brown, we're all a part of God's family, and they can be loved and enough with whatever identity they are looking for. Also asking questions. So you could just ask them like, hey, tell me more about that tattoo that you really want, or why you want the piercing that you do, or tell me more about that shirt that you bought. Anytime that we can engage in conversation that comes back again to identity, why they're doing it, what they like about it, again, can just build those ties that create a deeper relationship with the young people in your life. So again, let's encourage our young people on their faith journey so that they know that they are enough, that God created them unique and beautiful and different from everyone else. That way, we will love them through all of it. They will know this and feel that strong, firm foundation of faith. Have a great day.